Hello.
Hello. Is anybody there? Welcome. Welcome. It's lovely to be here. It's lovely to not see you, but lovely to hopefully that you can see us. We're delighted to be hosting the second Market Street Church quiz, lockdown quiz night. And we're thrilled that so far, I think we've got 8 teams, hopefully more, that just haven't let us know. Hello, the Quizzy Rascals are here. We've got the Leaves are here. We've got the Corona Alone are here. Hopefully we've got additionally Don't Tell Him Your Name Pike.
Who's that?
Ah, we know.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me your name.
Hopefully
Pike.
the Southern Babes are here. I'm assuming the Southern Babes want to go as the same name.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, they're
we
here.
got that.
Well done. Hopefully Team Ogilvy is here. Rev & Co, not heard from Rev & Co, but expecting you. So we'll see who we've got, but lovely to see you.
We're looking for which teams to knock the Southern Belles off the podium.
Babes, yes.
Southern Babes, was it?
So Southern Babes were our winners last time, and clearly I don't know that we want to let them win again, you Nantwichers, but you know,
there might be a bit of a Nantwich slant to some of the questions. Sorry about that, Southern Babes. And
the Quizzy Rascals, obviously.
And the Quizzy Rascals, yes. And Don, if you see.
Yeah. So we anticipate that this will last about 1.5 hours. There will be several rounds, hopefully a bit of silliness. Before we start, make sure you've got all your snacks and any drinks that you want. As last time, we'll be trusting you to mark your own answers. So no cheating, no checking the internet. You're playing for personal pride, satisfaction, and smugness. There are no trophies and no prizes. As we start, let us know if we're going through the questions too quickly or too slowly, and let us know if you want any questions repeated. The live feed on Facebook and YouTube are being monitored, or if you prefer, Broomhill Posse have just joined us. Welcome, we're glad to have you.
Posse.
They'll obviously do better than they did last time, because last time they hadn't been married for 50 years. Whereas now they have been married for 50 years. So all that added intelligence that you will have gained from that will surely help you.
Do you like my waistcoat? My gorgeous wife knocked this up. I shouldn't say knocked this up. Tailored this expertly just today, just this afternoon. It's the first time I'm wearing it.
Thought it was fitting that one of us should be wearing something fitting for the 75th anniversary of VE Day. You'll notice, if you're being observant, that I'm wearing something with Christian Aid on.
Rev & Co are in the house.
Welcome, Rev & Co. Glad you could make it. So can we start by the first thing we want to do is to talk a bit about Christian Aid. It's Christian Aid Week this week, starts on Monday. Now, the coronavirus is a really hard time for all of us here in the UK, but for people in low-income countries, it's more than difficult, it's impossible. In a setting of extreme poverty, the actions we take to keep safe are impossible, with whole families living in one room, social distancing not really being an option, no running water and a drought. Washing hands just can't happen. In countries where there's only one doctor for 10,000 people or more, no functioning ventilators, no regular supply of oxygen, and unpaid drug bills, hospital treatment is just not going to happen. So we're asking you through the quiz, if you enjoy it tonight, might make you give a little more, but we're asking you if you can support Christian Aid now in this time of COVID-19, as they try to provide the basics of life to communities suffering in the epidemic. We're asking you to go online at Christian Aid and make a generous donation if you can. And we remind you that love never fails.
But let's move on. I'm sure teams can tell us that are here as we go along. Gary, Dinah might make your waistcoat.
Might.
If you found some nice material.
Well,
anything's possible. But not surprisingly, the first round is we're way off. First round is VE Day questions. So, question 1, if you're ready.
You ready?
You're ready. Question 1. It's thought we'd start with something which I think is easy. It's only easy if you know the answer. Who was the British Prime Minister on VE Day? So if you've seen any of the news, any of the footage today, I'm sure they'll have mentioned this character. Who was the British Prime Minister on VE Day? Question 2, the other thing people talk about is that VE Day wasn't actually the end of it all. There was still something called VJ Day. So what was the date of VJ Day? Question 3, who were awarded the Dickin Medal? Dickin, D-I-C-K-I-N. Who were awarded the Dickin Medal? Question 4. So during the World War II, the British Prime Minister suggested to the royal family that they move, presumably to somewhere safer, suggested they moved during the war. Where was it that the British Prime Minister suggested the royal family moved to? Was actually featured in one of the episodes of The Crown that covered that period.
Was that real?
The Crown, no, it's not real. No, it's, some of it might have been real. Give them a minute. Question 5. Oh, Kyle, no audio.
Oh.
Give me a minute.
Oh.
So nobody heard anything yet.
Good job they can see the screen then, isn't it? Oh, no, it shouldn't be muted.
Can anybody else hear? Is it just Kyle? Is it just... Who are they? Is it just the Broomhall posse who can't hear? Richard, can you hear us? The Reverend, can you hear us? Jack can hear us, that's fine. Thanks, Jack.
Sorry, Chris, that you can't hear us. We've no idea why that is.
Other people can. We're up to question 5, I think.
Right, I'm going back in. I'm going in.
Isabel's here. Do we know
Isabel?
Here?
Excellent.
Hello, Isabel.
Thank you, Isabel. Lovely to see you.
Pardon? Thank you, Richard.
Have you done that one?
Question 5. No, we haven't done question 5 yet. In which year did food rationing end after the war? Obviously ended after the war. In which year did food rationing end? Question 6, bit of a toughie this one, but who authorised the German surrender? So who took charge of what was left of Germany and authorised that they surrender?
Pressing it?
Yeah, I'm just letting people. Question 7. In which year was the term VE Day first discussed? So yes, simply in which year did people start talking about VE Day? Question 7. Question 8. So obviously a huge day of celebration, but why were the flags flown at half-staff in the United States on VE Day? So why in the United States were the flags only flown at half-staff? Dawn's here. Hello, Dawn. What's the term?
Why did that happen?
I don't know.
I pressed the wrong button there.
Bit of feedback, probably. Welcome, Dawn. And Don, no doubt.
Dawn, you might have to catch up. We've missed some questions.
Were you here at the start, Dawn? Anyway, question 9. So you've got the answer in front of you, but you have to choose. What was the average London house price in 1945? Clearly below £1,000, so a bargain to be had. But which of those was it? The average London house price in 1945. And finally, for this round, question 10. So the British motor industry was stalled a bit during the war, to be honest, and they helped in the war effort. But in the figures for 1939, so running into the war, the British motor car company, which British motor car company had the largest stake of the UK market? It was a 27% stake. That was the largest stake. Which British motor car company was top of the pile, as it were, at the start of the war in 1939? So we'll give you a few seconds to...
If there are any questions you'd like repeated, just let us know on the YouTube or the Facebook feed.
We can flip back quickly if there are any specific ones.
Otherwise, we will just go for it and do some answers.
Do you want to do the answers?
Can do. Okay. The British Prime Minister on VE Day was, of course, Winston Churchill. Sorry, Isabel. Number 8. We can do number 8 again. That was number 8. Why were flags flown at half-staff in the United States on VE Day? Oh, and Dawn, you want number 1 to 4? Okay, well, you've had number 1. Who was the British Prime Minister on VE Day?
If you were really quick, you'd have seen the answer.
What date was VJ Day? Who were awarded the Dickin Medal? And number 4, where did the Prime Minister suggest the royal family move to during the war? Okay, so that's 1 to 4. We're going to press on with the answers. So the British Prime Minister was, of course, Winston Churchill. VJ Day was the 2nd of September 1945. So a few months after.
And VJ stands obviously for victory in Japan.
So who was awarded the Dickin Medal? It was animals. So between 1943 and 1949, it was awarded to 32 pigeons, 18 dogs, 3 horses, and a ship's cat. Obviously, if you've got those figures, then you can award yourself an extra bonus point. But the answer we're looking for was animals. Great.
Hello,
Broomhall Posse can now hear us. That's brilliant. We were very interested. We tried to find out the story about the ship's cat, but we can't find out who that was, what the circumstances were that led to that medal. Where did the Prime Minister suggest the royal family moved to during the war? It was Canada.
They obviously didn't go. Although some of them have gone now, haven't they?
Gone since.
Yeah.
In which year did food rationing end after the war? 1954.
Mike, have you still got your ration book?
Mike? Praise you. That's very rude. Who authorised the German surrender was Karl Donitz. In which year was the term VE Day first discussed? In 1944. Roger, tell us about that.
Just that they were, I think, people in Parliament were starting to plan for victory. They could see that we were going to win the war, and they coined the term VE Day in 1944. I think in some like September or October, it had been coined as a phrase. Obviously, it took 6 months then to happen.
The flags were flown at half-staff in the United States because they were within the 30 days of mourning for President Roosevelt. Yes, so whilst celebrating, they still wouldn't break the tradition of 30 days of mourning for a president. The average house price in London in 1945 was £620.
How rude.
And 10, the motor car company that had the largest stake of the market at the start of the war was Morris. So that concludes the end of round one. If you'd like to send your marks in, have a quick count up and send them in. That would be wonderful.
See what we can give you a few minutes.
Give you a few seconds to sort that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we've got 8 teams tonight, or possibly 9. I've got 8 on this.
It'd be nice if we had 10. Somebody else could sneak
Isabel.
in.
9. So, how's the counting going? Are we able to add up our scores yet? Oh, there's one coming in.
A message from somebody.
Is that all?
We can hear you, says Polly.
You're supposed to be able to hear us.
Ring alone.
Right, I've got 1.
Oh, I've got 5 from Richard, 2 from Poles, 5, 7 Broomhall. Very good.
7 from Broomhall.
Yeah.
Have we got Rev and Co?
Oh, sorry, 3 for the Quizzy Rascals. Apparently, Jack says 3.
Those were the youth questions, Jack.
My name is the one and only Isabel. The one and only Isabel.
Ah, okay. How many points did you get, the one and only Isabel?
Can you see USD? Don't understand that, Dawn. Can you see
Oh, can
us?
you see us? No, we can't see you.
We can't see you, Dawn. I'm sorry. Have you dressed up? Send us a photo.
We're very happy to see photos. 2 from Isabel. Well done.
I'm getting comments from Carol Smith on Facebook. But
yes, don't worry about that. No, but it's not because she's not playing the quiz.
Ah.
She's just commenting.
So
right, I'm waiting for marks from Rev and Co, Southern Babes, Team Ogleby, and the Leaves. So, we've got the first photo that's come in. That's nice to see. We'll see what we can do with that. Whilst we're waiting for those last scores coming in, we'll take you in.
Yes, Jack, we know it's BE Day.
It was predictable.
There might be somebody doing this quiz who's over 75, but it'd be rude of me to suggest.
Rev and Co 6. Well done. Okay, the next round.
What is the next round? Ah, this is...
Where is this?
A photography round. So we'll let you just look at these for a few minutes and decide where they are. There's one. Where is that? I'll give you a hint. Oh, no, they're not all in this country. No, I'll take that back. So number 1, where is that? Just the name of the name of the city would be fine. Number 2.
Jane, can I just say, gorgeous hair rolls.
I've got 4 from...
Yeah, I've got that.
You got that?
I'm just waiting for a score from the Leaves, which is Alice, I think.
Steve and Don, don't be too disappointed if you don't know this one.
Or Jack and Polly and Martin and Judith.
Anybody know where that is? That's number 3. Six from Alice.
Oh, well done, Alice. Thank you for that.
Alice. Thanks to Maddie. Maddie knows one of the answers.
Oh, yeah. So she should. How about, where's this?
Not who, but where.
It was a happy day out we had there, wasn't it? Where's this?
Nice and sunny when it's taken.
How about this one?
We're on number 6 now. If you're got your score sheets. Is that your lounge? Which?
Oh, well, the fireplace. And David, have a look at that one again.
No, it's not our lounge. Number 6. So they're not all in this country, unless you think that is. Maddie did the hair.
Maddie did the hair. Ah, thanks to Maddie for the hair, as opposed to thanks to Maddie for the answer to the question.
Oh, I see. Number 8. Have you got some pictures there?
Yeah.
Number 9. That's correct.
That's not our lounge either.
I think that was the original coronavirus instruction from Parliament.
Number 10. We may need to apologise for this round to a number of teams. There are 3 teams to Quizzy Rascals, Southern Babes, and Team Ogilvy. But nobody else has any excuses. Okay, would you like any one of those again?
Half an hour. 2 rounds. Yeah, that's about right.
If you're struggling on answers, take the time to take photos and send them in to us. We're always glad to see those. Right, you don't want any of those? Let's go for it. So this one, number 1, was the Bull Ring in Birmingham. It's got very shiny patches where people obviously rub his nose and his tail. This is in Nantwich. It's Globe House in Hospital Street. That's what the gate was. For the Nantwichers, you should have known where that one was. Maybe. Trafalgar Square. This is the 4th.
One of the various installations on the 4th pillar. The clue, I think, I like this clue, is the other 2 pigeons had to be Trafalgar Square, and today, VE Day, played a big part in the celebrations. Have we got my family in?
Nope. Morecambe Bay.
Or Morecambe.
Or Morecambe. We'll give you a point for Morecambe.
It's not Eric. It's not a town called Eric.
This is a cocoa yard in Nantwich.
So the grill, the picture of the grill is the other side of that coach manufactory remnant.
Which is behind the Millennium Clock.
Millennium Clock in Cocoa Yard. I'd never been around there before.
This is Chinatown in Liverpool. Do we get no, Polly?
Did we get a point for Nantwich? No. Sorry.
Number 5, no, not for number 5 either. So this is the Basilica de la Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. Liz, you probably would have pronounced that differently, but it's in Barcelona.
Sorry again, it's another local one.
Brindley School.
Is Rachel playing?
No, not tonight. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the history of this installation is, our local school, but Brian Lee's Stonehenge, I call it.
And the sign on the garage is at Riley's Garage in Barker Street.
So for the Nantwich crew, the Nantwich ones, you had to be quite specific as to where they were to get the point.
Oh, thank you, Liz. Apparently my pronunciation wasn't too bad. That's pretty good. And this is the Isle of Man. Okay.
Simon playing.
Not that I've heard. So how did you do? Well, some of those might have been a bit tricky. To the non-Nantwich teams, if you guessed Nantwich for all 3 of the Nantwich photos, we'll give you 1 point for the 3.
Very, very generous.
But only 1, because we have said where is it? It is in Nantwich. 6. See the thing.
David Emery says 10. What do you mean 10 again? You didn't get 10 last time, did he?
Or maybe 6.
No, it says 10 again. I know he wants to picture 10
again. Oh, number 10 again. Oh, sorry.
I don't think you got 10 points. Well, he could have got 10 points. I can't. We give you the answers, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, the Isle of Man. They wanted to see the Isle of Man again.
It's the Isle of Man there. Look, David. Have you not done the TT there?
So 6 from Southern Babes.
6 from David. 4 from Not Bad Dawn.
So what have we got? 6 from David.
Yeah.
4 from the Team Ogilvy.
Yeah.
Quizzy Rascals. Did you get 6? Well, that's pretty good.
Broom Hall Posse 4. Lots of points available in the next round, and then we'll have a break.
Isabel, well done. So Alice, 6. Rev and Co and Corona Loan we're looking for, please.
Jane was messing about.
Jane's always messing about. So we're just waiting for the 2 outstanding answers. Is anybody interested in the scores at this stage?
Yeah, throw them up if you can.
I might be able to.
It's self-sorted. So after 2 rounds, we've got...
Hang on, I'm going to... Oh.
No, you're not.
Oh.
Share
See that works.
2 rounds, you've got the leaves, showing very nicely on my screen.
Oh, well, I can't help that.
Showing beautifully on that one.
I can probably get rid of that. Anyway.
So leading, we've got the leaves, only 1 point ahead of the Broomhall Posse and the Southern Babes. Don't tell them your name, Pike, on 10.
Oh.
Oh.
That might be a bit big.
You haven't got the total in there.
There you go.
And then...
so it's all to fight for.
There's lots of points in the next round.
And we've got 2 teams. We've only got 1 round of score. So...
oh, yeah, it might make a difference.
That might make a difference.
Revenco 6.
Excellent. So are we going to go for the next round?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot going on here.
Well done.
Why can't I go into there? Oh. Ooh. Ah. Here we go. No.
Bear with us.
Technical difficulty. Incompetence on my part, probably. There we go.
Here we go.
Food and drink. This is actually incorrectly named.
Because it's not drink.
There's no drink involved because it's us.
But have a drink. Richard, Graham 6.
6 and 6. Okay, there you go.
6 and 6.
There you go.
So question 1. What is a Roquefort cheese made from? And specifically, not generally. It's your question.
Shall I do it then?
Yeah.
Which type of pasta's name means little worms? Why is he saying moi and no?
I don't know.
Were we being rude about him at the time?
I don't know why.
What is couscous made from? What are the 3 main ingredients that are added to mayonnaise to make a Waldorf salad?
This question reminds me of Faulty Towers, if you remember the episode.
That doesn't make it a youth question.
No, it doesn't make it a youth question. Are there any youth questions?
Oh, lots of youth questions. What type of fish are Arbroath smokies or Arbroath smokies? Which luxury food shop has been in Piccadilly, London since 1707? And they make an exceedingly good pie, I think, amongst other things. Nice place for lunch.
Not going to make any difference.
No, other than I can see it.
All right.
What is the name for the removal of the green and white stalks of a strawberry? Brown shrimp are native to Morecambe Bay in England, but how are they generally and traditionally preserved? Twiddling your pen. What is the national dish of South Africa?
I don't know if Ralph and Colleen are on anybody's team.
I don't think so. And finally, what does the term artisan mean? So would anybody like any of those again? I guess you're all okay with them then. Okay, let's go on with the answers. So Roquefort cheese is made from ewe's milk. The type of pasta that means little worms is vermicelli. Vermicelli. Again, Liz, help me out. But it's spelt like that because I looked it up. Couscous is made from semolina.
Too fast.
I'm doing the answers.
Yeah, I know.
The ingredients that make a Waldorf salad are apple, celery, and walnut. Arbroath smokies are haddock. Fortnum and Mason's are the luxury food shop in Piccadilly. The name for removing the green and white stalks of a strawberry is called hulling. That confused you, that one, didn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Brown shrimp are potted, so they're boiled and stored in seasoned butter.
Potted.
Potted shrimps. The national dish of South Africa is bobotie.
So what is bobotie? Do you know?
It's a national dish of South Africa.
Is it a meaty thing, or is
obviously?
Anybody know? Anybody can tell us what bobotie actually is?
And artisan means it's made by small-scale producers and traditionally. So we're looking for small and traditional, those sorts of words for that one.
So my waistcoat, my new waistcoat is artisan. I think. Right, that's 3 rounds down.
3 rounds down.
3 rounds down. You can have a break. We're going to have a little bit of whiskey and a little bit of nice orange Seville flavoured gin. But what we'd like, if you're able to, is to make a VE Day cocktail, a patriotic cocktail, and send us a photograph of your most patriotic cocktail, or just a really nice VE Day photograph. And there'll be bonus points for the nicest photograph of a VE Day cocktail or a Christian Aid inspired photograph.
Oh, you're running the options
nice
here.
Photograph of VE Day.
So 3 choices: VE Day, Christian Aid, or a patriotic cocktail. And we want photos to come through together with your scores. That would be lovely.
10 minutes.
And you've got 10 minutes. So bobotie is a spiced minced meat baked with an egg-based topping. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Steve. And scores in, please. That'd be lovely. And we'll quiz again at about 10 to 8. We've got 2 more rounds, and then we've got to grab hold of all your wonderful photographs and award some bonus points, and it'll all be good.
8 from Southern Babes, Quizzy Rascals 5. A food round, I've expected you to get more than that, Quizzy Rascals.
So what's the highest round score so far?
Don't know.
7s.
8 from Southern Babes, Quizzy Rascals 5, Rev and Co 8. Woo!
8, top round score, I think, at the moment.
So far. Alice, question 4. What was question 4? Was that the Waldorf salad one, in which case it was 3?
Oh, I see. There's not out of 10, this one.
No.
Yes, it's 3 points for the 3 ingredients, not just 1 point.
Yes, you get 3 points for that. You can send us photographs. Dawn, you've sent us a photo, and it was beautiful. So you can send it by the same way. You either send it to me you can just put it on the Facebook thing. You can send it to me on a messenger. You can send it to me on WhatsApp. Anything you like, any means. 10 for Southern Babes. That's an escalation. You've obviously got the 3 points then. Oh, wrong way. 3 for Team Ogilvy. David, have we got a score for Don't Tell Him Your Name, Pike? 7 for the Leaves. Well done.
Cheers.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
Cheers.
7 for the Leeds.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Corona Alone and Don't Tell Him Your Name, Pike.
David, 3 points for the 3 ingredients in the Waldorf salad, if you get all 3. Yeah, only 1 for Fortnum and Mason. Nice try. Polly's got, Quizzy Rascal's got 8.
I thought it was a bit low for you for that one. So, Don't Tell Him Your Name, Pike. How many did they
9,
get?
I think.
Oh, photos are coming. Corona Alone. We're still waiting for one. No, we get one.
No,
you can't scroll there, darling.
I'm trying to scroll. I can't scroll anyway. Can I? Corona Alone 6.
Oh, have I got some photos coming in? So Gary, I think I got you that you got 6 in the second round, yes, and 8 in the third round. Excellent. Oh,
You muted us, or are we still on?
We're still on, but they've got no picture of us. Oh, Liz, nice picture.
Can somebody tell me how they're communicating on their teams? Are you using WhatsApp or House Party or something else?
Have we got a score? Corona Alone 6.
Corona Alone 6.
Right, so that I can.
Shows that. Oh, is that complete now?
Yeah.
Southern Babes again.
Oh, you see that?
Despite the photographs.
Despite the Nantwich round. Did you note the time when we?
Yeah, it's not. We got 5 minutes. Yeah. So you just put that up if you want.
Okay. Squeak, squeak.
Squeaky chairs.
Some sunny day. This could have been a time for a bit of euphonium inning. Are there any more photos to come? Whole egg powder. Curious. Oh.
Somebody sent a photo on Facebook.
Photo on Facebook, okay. Where?
I don't know. No idea.
You got 8 Quizzy Rascals. Yeah, I've got 8 Quizzy Rascals. Someone is plainly wanting extra points tonight. Looking very patriotic there, obviously.
Are they in the garden?
They appear to be at that point.
Good. Steve Nichols sent a photo on Messenger.
I've got it.
Holly Boyle sent a video. Oh! That's my favourite daughter.
Oh, I was going to cry.
Very good, Polly. We'll put the video up if we can. It's a video.
You need to send it to me.
Have I got it? Just me?
Or is that the family one, or is that to you?
Oh, it might be just to me.
Well, she knew that it would make me cry. No point sending me things like that. Are the other brass players on Quizzy Rascals going to contribute?
I was asking a lot, isn't it?
It is.
I'm trying to airdrop it to you. Go on.
Got it. Got it.
Got it.
Oh, that's my daughter. It's louder when I play it.
Right. Do we want to throw
Do you
this
want to
back
go?
to a bit of queer people ready for quizzing again? Thank you, David. So I'll do the round if you want to compile some photos and stuff.
Okay, so
Nice bunting. Balls.
I assume that's right. Let me take this down to. We've done the where is this round, national dish. Okay, the next round.
Yeah, the next round is brands that you should hopefully recognize. You've got a little clip of a brand and you just have to tell me which brand it is. That's the first one. So it might be familiar to you, hopefully. A bit fuzzy because it's been blown up a bit. But which brand is that? Number 2, which brand is that? Hold on, David's got a work call. You're not the only person in your team, is he? That's number 3. Number 4.
Oh, sorry, I'm squeaking now.
Number 5. Number 6.
Oh,
So can we get some photos up before the last round?
yes, hopefully.
Hopefully. Number 7. Or before. We do the answers in the last round.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Bear with me. I don't know. I think I've got that picture.
Number 8.
Yeah, I've got that picture. Need one more picture, really.
There was a team missing, but you've not got a picture from.
No, I've just got a gap.
Number 9.
Dawn's on it.
Well done, Dawn. Thank you. Oops. Sorry, number 10. A bit of a hint for number 1 there if you hadn't got it. Clumsy fingers.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
off. We're off. Last post again.
I'm not sure that's ever going to stop happening. I can't get rid of it. I don't know what to do with it. I can't. I've done it.
Done it. 10 from us. Hang on, David has work call.
Dawn wants 1, 2, and 3.
Is that backwards?
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
That's number 1.
There's a lot of interesting cocktails coming on.
That's number 2. Yes, they might get a point for every time we play that video.
But that,
That's number 3. I'll quickly go through 4, 5, 6, 7. Alice, number 8. 9. Right, we're going to stumble straight into answers. If you're ready for this. Number 10. Number 1 was
Barclays.
quite local firm for us. I don't know if Simon's not playing, but he would know that one. Number 2 was the A from Andrex, a cute little puppy. Number 3 is Uncle Ben, as in the rice.
I didn't know who that one. I thought that was Ainsley Harriott.
I thought it was Ainsley Harriott. Number 4 is pedigree chum or other dog products. Number 5 is Lucozade. Doesn't have to be sport, it can just be Lucozade. Dinah's favourite?
Not necessarily Walkers. I quite like a Morrison's,
but crisps,
to be fair.
Generally, Walkers.
That was the youth question, Jack.
I think Di would know this one.
But Di's not here, I don't think, tonight.
Jane might have known it. Schweppes.
I think I prefer a Fever Tree.
Could have done Fever Tree. Tetley with the clue with the leaves.
Is that a very modern branding of Tetley?
I think it was a specific.
Okay.
But it's the letter style. Aero. Oh. What is that?
Because you keep pressing here.
Oh, I'm pressing there. Aero was number 9. Chocolate with the bubbles in. Number 10, Barclays Bank. So, throw some scores at us and try and get them down. Ten, 9. Steve, you're not. Got some full marks out of here. It's door 9. Well done. Claire 9. Alice 9. Some high scores. Need to make them harder next time. How many teams have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh.
7 scores I've got.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to find photos. I'm failing miserably.
So I'm waiting for 2 more scores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, I can't find it.
Can you only have one?
Right, scores. Okay, Southern Babes.
9.
Rev & Co.
10.
The Leaves.
Haven't got leaves yet.
Don't Turn Your Name Pike.
No, haven't got them yet.
David. No.
No.
Broomhill Posse?
Who's Broomhill? Claire, yeah.
Yeah, how many?
9.
Corona Lane? Richard?
No.
Quizzy Rascals?
Corona Lane 9, sorry. Quizzies 10.
Woo! One and only Isabel?
6.
Team Ogilvy?
9.
So waiting for Don't Tell Them Your Name, Pike, and the Leaves.
9 for the Leaves.
And Don't Tell Him Your Name, Pike.
Go on, David. Oh, he's on a call, wasn't he? He was on a work call.
Can somebody else on that team give us their results? Doesn't want to do. So let me open another one. Sorry.
Is it because it wasn't open?
Well, no, it just didn't want to open. No, it's doing other things.
What's that?
It's my inbox. You're doing that face. Told you earlier. 10.
10.
Oh, well done. So, do you want to know the scores before we go into the last round? We need to award points for the bonuses, which we will also do. There's been some fantastic photos that have come in that I will share with you.
Joint leaders, the Rev and
Southern Babes.
Closely followed by Don't Tell Them Your Name, Pike, and the Leaves, and Broomhill Boy, and Quizzy Rascal, and for the fact it's
very tight at the top.
Very tight, really. 4 points for the first 7 teams.
So, very tight at the top.
All to play for.
Obviously, Quizzy Rascals will score lots of bonus points because Polly played her cornet for me.
Yeah.
Which always does it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, are you ready for this final round of questions?
Obviously, based on mostly.
So, this is the time of year when lots of things are happening apart from the COVID-19. But a very favourite thing in our lives that we're very disappointed about has been cancelled. And so we didn't like this to pass without some sort of mention, because obviously this would be in the next, I think it would have been next weekend, the Eurovision. So one of our favourites. Which city would have hosted Eurovision 2020? I just like it noted for Quizzy Rascals. This is very current. Youthish. And this is the youth round, obviously.
Well, not really. Not when you get to the later questions.
So where was it going to be this year? Which year did Australia first compete?
So when did Eurovision become World Vision? Question 3. Which country has won 3 times but come last in the final 11 times? Which country has won 3 times but come last in the final 11 times? Question 4. So which term more commonly used in motor racing was used in the early Eurovision title? Oh, Polly's off again. If nothing else, can we just get Polly's video on here? That would be really nice. Question 5. Here we go. There's 5 points here. So I'll give you a few minutes to look at that. They are the UK's winners of Eurovision.
Who are they?
So who are they?
And if you go along the top, so the top row is 1, 2, 3, and the bottom row 4 and 5.
Just 5, yeah. Look at the answers in the wrong order. That'd be
It would be wrong, wouldn't it?
It'd be wrong.
Well, and when it comes to giving the answers out, it would be in the wrong order.
And obviously the black and white photos are just artistically done. It's nothing to do with the age of the photographs.
Really? Oh, I've just had a thought.
The thought.
If I share this with you,
Yeah.
you can...
Oh, try that.
Oh, no, don't do that.
So 5 points available there. And in patriotic form, we should all know these off by heart, really. Question 6. So which country has won most often and how many times? So that's 2 points there. 1 point for the country, which has won most often, and 1 point for how many times they've won. Oh, Isabel, I'm sorry, Isabel. Is Eurovision not your thing?
Isabel, don't give up.
So go on then. There's a quite famous Eurovision group, but 2 of them are blanked out. Can you name them? So that's another 2 points. And full names would be nice, spelt correctly. So we've lost track now of what.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, who's the 2 missing people?
And 2 points for that one. One each.
So question 8. 1 year there was a tie for first place between how many countries? 1 year there was a tie for first place between how many countries? And bizarrely, they hadn't a policy on how to deal with the tie at the time. So all these countries
All won.
And then the next year they'd introduced a policy on what to do if there was a tie. Question 9. The Eurovision Song Contest started in 1956, but which year did the UK first compete? Probably said 1 more point. Oh yeah, 1 more point. It's because you played the video again. And finally, question 10, going back to Christian Aid. In how many countries across Africa, Asia, Middle East, Latin America, and the Caribbean are Christian Aid currently working? So how many countries in Africa, Asia, Middle East, Latin America, and the Caribbean are Christian Aid currently working?
Right, would anybody like any of those again?
Nil point.
David, I think you should have got at least 7 points there, and there might have been some lucky guesses. Okay, you ready for answers? So this year, Eurovision would have been in Rotterdam. Oh, question 4. Yes, you can have 4. Which term, more commonly used in motor racing, was used in the early Eurovision title? That's one you can guess. Any more for any more? Okay. This year, the Eurovision Song Contest would have been in Rotterdam. Australia first competed in 2015. The country that has won 3 times but come last in the final 11 times was Norway. How many of you guessed Great Britain?
Well, I've shown them 5 winners.
I know, but that was after this question.
Yeah.
Which term more commonly used in motor racing was used in the early Eurovision title? It was the Eurovision Song Contest Grand Prix. Grand Prix was the bit we were looking for.
Which means big prize, apparently.
And clearly, if it was in other countries, the Grand Prix would be there, but it would be called something different for the Eurovision Song Contest. So who are these? The first one is Lulu, Katrina and the Waves, Bucks Fizz, Brotherhood of Man, and Sandy Shore. Did you get all of those? So 5 points for that one. Which country has won most often? Ireland has won 7 times. Who's the chap that won it twice? Oh, what's his name? Just Another Day. I can hear the song. Can't remember his name.
Daniel Donnelly or something.
No,
like
it wasn't that.
No.
Who's missing? So this is ABBA, obviously, one of the most famous Eurovision winners, and Benny Andersson and Agneta Folkstog were missing. One year there was a tie for first place between 4 countries. That was in 1969, so not within our living memory, or my living memory. Do you remember it, Roger?
No.
And the Eurovision Song Contest started in 56, but the UK didn't compete until 57. And Johnny Logan, thank you.
Logan,
yes.
Well done.
Just Another Year. He had quite a nasal voice, but very good one.
A winning song.
Yeah.
So he won 3 times.
Very good. Finally, a Christian aid question. How many countries across that particular part of the world are they currently working? That's 37 countries. Should we give them 2 points if they were spot on?
Yeah.
Yes, so 7 was for 2 points. 1 for Benny, 1 for Agneta. And we'll give you 2 points if you got it spot on, and 1 point if you were within 5. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Right, I'm going to try and get the photos up because I think they would be good to see, and I think I possibly can now.
So don't run away just yet. We want to try and get some of these photos out to you. But yeah, scores will be good when you've worked them out.
Yes!
Go on then.
Revenco.
Revenco, 12.
Do they need the surnames for Benny and...
I don't 12.
You've got to write them in.
Oh, where? 12. Broomhall Posse, 9. This is going to be, I'm going to make a mess of this. Dinah's handed me the thing.
Right, go on then.
No, all right.
You tell me the scores.
Revenco, 12. 12 for the Don't Tell Them Your Name Pikes.
Was
9
that
for
12 for Southern
Isabel.
Babes?
I can't see Southern Babes.
Well, it's because you're not looking in the right place, isn't there?
12 for Southern Babes.
Broomhill Posse.
9.
Yeah.
Do we need surnames for 7? Yeah.
12 for Pikes.
Ideally, yes.
Unbelievably well done, Isabel. 9.
Isabel,
Polly-
9. With correct spelling. Wow.
Polly and Jack, you
I'll
have
come-
been brought up
I'll
watching
come
the
round
Eurovision
later,
Song
David, and
Contest.
check the spelling.
Right, the Leaves, Corona Lone and Team Ogilvy. David, obviously you asked us for a music round and we felt that we were complying with your wishes.
Eurovision counts as music, roughly.
Yeah, yeah. Can I put my pajamas on now? Well, it depends, really. So these are some of the lovely photos that have come through.
9 for the Leaves. You're packed off the band. Practice last post instead of watching.
It was always on a Friday night. Wasn't it on Saturday nights? Corona Lone and Team Ogilvy, we need scores. So here are some pictures for you to see of your lovely selves, looking very patriotic. Some cocktails coming in and some whole egg powder. Now, we're not sure whether that was wartime powder.
Corona Lone, 9.
How about the Ogilvies? Have we got... Right, so...
Oh, that's very colourful. I
yeah,
like that.
that's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the bunting. I think the bunting's very good.
I think there's a bit of artistic license in that one, don't you? And the picture on the right is from Richard, and that was in... You've got the WhatsApp that came with.
Oh, egg powder nick from the storeroom. Nice.
Really? Too late for the PowerPoint, David.
VE Day in East Ham.
And some very red, white and blue cocktails from the Ogilvies.
In that picture, Richard, which one are you?
Oh, in this picture.
Rude.
Rude, yeah. Obviously.
Here we go.
I don't think it plays in this. I don't think I can play it. No, I don't think it... Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
Washing up liquid cocktail. Ugh. Ho ho.
Right, so we have awarded some points for...
Oh, have we?
I've awarded some points. You've not been very interested, have you?
Oh, I'm delighted.
For pictures. I don't think we had any pictures from a few people tonight, but we did have lots of pictures from some.
Might have made a difference.
And it might have made a difference. So...
Oh! It's tight, it's tight.
Tight at the top.
Tight at the top.
There we have it. Is that getting bigger?
So it's joint winners.
How do I get rid of that bit? Jack, you probably need to help me getting rid of that bit. Don't know how to.
No, it doesn't matter.
So we've got joint winners tonight with the Southern Babes, who have retained their crown with Don't Tell 'Em Your Name Pike. Both scored 43. Followed by Rev & Co, who could have competed for that. I don't think I had a picture from you tonight. The Leaves, Quizzy Rascals in joint third place. Obviously, the Quizzy Rascals, I may be a little biased here. It was my daughter who was playing the cornet, and I did make it sound a number of times, and they did get extra special points for that. And so they did very well. So there we go. There we have it. You sent the well, no, that changes everything.
What did the red send in?
The tricolour cocktail was
no, that
theirs.
was nice. I liked that.
Yeah, we liked your picture. Sorry, I got a bit miscalculating. I am very sorry, Gary. So we've got 3 teams on joint first. So this tells me we need to make things a bit more difficult.
Yeah, maybe. Even with lots of local pictures.
Yeah.
Southern Babes have still scored very highly. Well done. How many are in your team, Steve?
Oh, Eurovision froze on answers, Dawn. Yes, because we've not got your answers. Which ones? Well, where did we get to? You did send us a pic, so we've got all the pictures. Well, thank you very, very much. I think you did very, very well.
2. Well done, Steve.
Less confusing if there's only 2 of you, aren't there?
Right. Well, I hope in your teams that you just stay together and have a bit of fun. Enjoy yourselves this evening. Keep safe.
Can we leave you with the thought, if you've enjoyed it this evening and you've had a nice time, can you consider making a donation to Christian Aid? We undertook that for every team that took part tonight, we would make a donation. So we've got 8 or 9 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 teams. So we will be making a donation for each of the teams that played tonight. And please, we'd like to encourage you to support Christian Aid too. They do some really great work, and as difficult as it is for us, think how difficult it would be if you haven't got all the nice things that we've got that make life easier. So thank you very much for playing, and give us feedback if what you like, what you don't like, and who knows, we might do it again if we're asked. But thank you very much. Bye.